In the deepest heart of night, when all the world lies cloaked in velvet silence, something extraordinary stirs beneath the horizon. A golden bark, aglow with radiant power, slips into the shadowy realm of the Duat. If you listen closely, you may hear the pulse of mighty wings and the whisper of courage. Come closer, for the darkness awaits, and so does the dawn. Greetings, my dear friends. Welcome to Ra's Storytime. I am Ra, the mighty sun god and creator of all life, and I will share with you a tale called The Journey of Ra Through the Underworld, a story from the grand Egyptian legends that teaches us courage and cleverness. Let us embark on a journey through the dawn of the world and the power of the everlasting sun. Each evening, as the last slivers of daylight slip away, I, Ra, descend from the western sky aboard my shimmering solar bark. Beneath me stretches the Duat, the mysterious underworld winding endlessly with rivers of midnight and dunes of dreaming shadows. The air here hums with ancient magic, cool and heavy with the scent of sacred lilies and distant incense plumes curling through the darkness. The journey through the night is never simple. On every side, strange creatures lurk, watching with eyes bright as stars. Some are guardians, faithful spirits who walk beside me and shield me from harm. Among my loyal companions stand Thoth, the wise god of writing and knowledge, his ibis head gleaming faintly with cleverness, and Sekhmet, the fierce lioness goddess whose fiery eyes glare at any who threaten order. They take their places on my vessel, their courage joining with mine as together we voyage into the deep unknown. But every night, waiting in the swirling gloom, coils Apophis, the serpent of chaos, vast beyond imagining. His shadowy scales ripple like thunderclouds, his burning red eyes fixed hungrily upon the bark of the sun. With a dreadful hiss, Apophis raises his monstrous head, opening jaws that could swallow the world. He wishes to drag me down, to smother the promise of dawn and let, instead, confusion and darkness reign forever. As my bark glides over the underworld's inky river, the waves churn with restless spirits. Wisps of forgotten memories swirl in the water, reaching for the sun's warmth. My crew rows steadily, their arms sure and strong, chanting ancient hymns to steady our hearts against the serpent's cold malice. Suddenly, the river darkens, its surface shattered by the rising form of Apophis. He blocks our path, his endless coils forming a living wall between me and the world above. Thoth steps forward, clutching his scrolls and staff, his voice sharp as lightning. He utters sacred words, his wisdom cutting through the shadows, but Apophis only writhes, undeterred, growing ever larger and more menacing. Sekhmet leaps from the deck, her roar echoing across the underworld. She is flame and fury, courage made flesh. With claws bared, she strikes at the serpent, holding chaos at bay for just a moment longer. I gather the power of my light, feeling its warmth blaze in my chest, the eternal fire that cannot be quenched. I flare brighter, filling the Duat with brilliant gold. Even Apophis flinches and shrinks from the shining intensity, but his hunger is endless. We are locked in a struggle, each heartbeat tipping the balance between order and oblivion. The battle rages through the shifting shadows of the Duat, a realm where time itself seems to waver. Apophis thrashes and coils, his serpent body writhing like a living tempest beneath the stars of the underworld. Yet alongside me stand steadfast allies, their strength and wisdom intertwined with mine. Thoth continues his sacred chants, his voice weaving spells of protection and insight, his words shaping the invisible threads that hold chaos at bay. Sekhmet's fierce presence burns like a beacon, her every strike a spark igniting hope in the darkest corners. But even together, we cannot cast out Apophis alone. The serpent's hunger for darkness is boundless, his desire to swallow the light unrelenting. In this eternal dance of night and day, he represents the forces that threaten balance, the endless challenge that tests the heart of creation itself. I call upon my inner light once more, focusing it into a blazing orb that pulses with the power of the noonday sun. Its radiance pushes against the darkness, carving a path through the crushing shadows. Suddenly, the Duat begins to respond. The waters shimmer beneath our bark, glowing faintly with an otherworldly life. From the depths, luminous spirits rise, their forms delicate and shimmering, swaying like reeds in a celestial breeze. They are the souls of those past, helpers and witnesses to the eternal cycle. They lift their hands, sending a wave of shimmering energy that wraps around Apophis, binding his coils and sapping his strength moment by moment. Apophis thrashes wildly, his great head snapping, as if to strike at these ethereal chains. But the bond holds, tighter now as Sekhmet's mighty roar reverberates across the realm. Even in the heart of darkness, the forces of order endure, persevering through unity and resolve. As dawn nears, I feel a great warmth rising before me. Nut's pale fingers beginning to stretch, welcoming the first rays back into the sky. With one final surge of blazing power, I break free from the serpent's grasp, the bark rising like a golden phoenix upon the waking horizon. Apophis is cast back into the shadowy depths, his fury quelled until the next night. Each victory is hard-won, a reminder that chaos is never defeated once and for all, but must be met with vigilance, courage, and light. This nightly journey through the Duat teaches us much. It speaks to the eternal battle between night and day, chaos and order, a cycle that mirrors life itself. Just as I rise each morning to bring light and warmth, so too must we rise within ourselves, facing the shadows that seek to engulf us. Courage, wisdom, and the strength of united hearts hold back the darkness, renewing the promise of new beginnings with every dawn. The lesson we learn from this tale is profound. True balance requires constant effort, a courage that does not falter even when faced with overwhelming odds. It reminds us that from darkness comes light, and that every ending holds the seed of a new beginning. I hope you enjoyed this story about the journey of Ra through the underworld. The lesson we learned today is that courage in adversity, the unyielding triumph of order over chaos, and the sacred balance of renewal are essential to the enduring cycle of life. Join me again soon for more tales from the Egyptian legends. Till I see you again, farewell, my dear friends. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and click the bell icon next to the subscribe button to receive notifications whenever a new story is posted. Don't forget to share your thoughts about this tale in the comments. Subscribing really helps us keep bringing you more wonderful stories.